Hey, so welcome to Jadoon's Scott and Charleston Uncorked. This is our new sign that we got in as we transition from Quick Stop to a little bit more of a unique name. Still the same soul, still the same people, as you know, but just hopefully making it a little bit more inviting. But yeah, let's go on a little tour.
I love the shout out to the Quick Stop up at the top.
Yeah, we had to. We couldn't completely abandon our original name, you know, and it still is a Quick Stop. Well, welcome in. So as you walk in, one of the first things is wine. The thought process behind our wine is making like an unwinding stop, so nothing super expensive or high end, but everything is sustainably farmed. Almost everything is organic or natural, and all this is small batch. So not much of the stuff you can't find at the bigger stores like Publix or a Harris Teeter or something like that. And then right behind you, we have one of the most famous Park Circle coffee roasters. We collaborated with them on a cold brew and drip coffee setup, just something simple. We asked them like, hey, we only have like 3 square foot worth of space. Do you think you can build something for us? And they made it happen.
Wow.
And you know, we wanted to do coffee, but we wanted to kind of support a local business with it and have it something just a little, again, like I said, just a tad bit better than a typical C-store setup. Here we have our frozen treats, very, very popular at Nightingale's. If you haven't had the Life Raft Treats fried shaken ice cream, I won't tell you much about it because it is worth opening yourself. And then Scratch Cookie Co. Cookie dough. It is ready to go. All you do is literally put it in an oven and you've got perfectly baked cookies. And these ladies are awesome. They used to teach at the Trident Culinary School, so they have a lot of experience in baking. All of these are like Scratch Cookie Co., local business, King of Pops, local business, Life Raft Treats, local business, Profit Coffee, local business, Nightingale's, not exactly local, but a small business. So a lot of the stuff that you see as you walk in will be kind of supporting a local economy or supporting a small business economy. Here we've got Jenny's. We do have Off Track, which is another local business, but they at the moment have put a pause on because we were their exclusive wholesale account, and right now it's summer season and they're really busy. Again, like with a small business, you're going to have smaller business problems, so it takes a little bit for them to ramp up production. So Off Track for the moment is on pause, but just to give you an idea, we love collaborating with local people.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that turns me on to you guys. Is, working with all these local businesses is super cool. So as you guys can see, they got quite a local wine selection. You know, typical sodas over here. Now this is like the whole new wall that you guys recently started.
This is becoming a thing, and so like even in the sodas, like of course you've got like the regular Cokes and Pepsis, but you know, we've got classic boil-in sodas, all sorts of like Mexican. Miranda is a underrated orange soda that's found in the Middle East and in Pakistan, the subcontinent, India kind of region. Not as much in America, so I was really excited to kind of bring that in.
Very cool.
We've got you know, Tepache Mexican sodas; those are excellent. Fizza's a kombucha local brand. Dali Sofia, Devil's Foot is a North Carolina brand that has like a collaboration with Edmund Zost on their margarita, on their Zero Proof NA series. And then as we move in here, this is where kind of the newer alternative products have started to take over a little bit. Over here is kind of where we put like some of the foreign snacks and whatnot, something that's unique. For example, we've got like these Oreos from China and these Japanese Oreos and kind of like these mood enhancing mushroom chocolates that are not like psychoactive in the sense of you know, they're more botanical based kind of thing, more on the lighter side. You know, these super biscuits are from Pakistan. These all are from Pakistan, so we have like a mix. And then, you know, as I was telling you earlier, if you see this is a sign that something awesome is coming soon. You'll see this throughout the store all the time. It's just us constantly moving to 200 products in and out a month. So we have to make space as we like clear space, make space, get things in. So like next time you walk in, you'll probably see a brand new selection here.
Awesome.
Yeah, and over here is our NA spirits and wine section. So, you know, all of these rosé, Chardonnays, red, white, all sorts, tequilas, all like zero alcohol versions of them for what I like to say is like taste replacement. So you want the taste of an alcoholic beverage, but you don't want the booze associated with it. So this is kind of what this covers. And then this aisle right here is all non-alcoholic. Again, the taste replacement stuff. So you've got all NA beer over here from you know, brands that might not be as well known, like Ted Seegers, to craft breweries like Fat Orange Cat and Green Man doing NA, Westbrook, and then Burial, and then you've got like the bigger kind of Blue Moons and the Bush NAs and whatnot. So everybody is now involved in the NA space, and it just keeps expanding each year. Right here is all the craft sodas that are you know, not your Pepsi Cokes, but more like local based products. Like I said, like the Devil's Foots, North Carolina, New Creations, Georgia. So, you know, just to focus on the smaller batch, higher quality ingredient producers.
Perfect.
Here we've got another local brand, Sober Mesa. She and her husband do an excellent job of salsas, and then, you know, we have options from, you know, Old Florida, and then, you know, your classic Tostillo. So like a mix of everything, essentially. This is
perfectly placed.
Yeah, this is the collaboration we did with Five Flowers, the masala lemonade flavor. It's basically using their base lemonade, and we're adding some cumin, some kala namak, and some other ingredients to kind of spice it up a little bit. Super refreshing in the summer. 10 milligram hit, just a good overall product. And then this is kind of where the 4 packs of our hemp sit. The most famous one that people might be familiar with is High Rise. And you know, we carry everything that they do alongside you know, hundreds at this point of other hemp-based beverages. It's only expanding. Here is kind of the highlight of or the bread and butter, what we kind of established the business off of. This is the beer wall. Well, it's a term that the community kind of just casually started saying, and we kind of adopted it officially. But this is where we have every week about 20 to 40 products come in and out. Always something fresh, always something new. We already have, you know, the Veil just dropped out of Richmond, Virginia. Burial just came out with their new batches of IPAs. RAR has smoothie sours, and we've already got that sign up for something that's coming in tomorrow, Hop Butcher. So like every time you come in, this will be reconfigured, and we'll be hosting something or the other. Another interesting thing, it's July, but to give you an idea of how much things move in the supply chain, is is all of these are pumpkin-based beers. So by the time actually October comes in, you won't be able to even buy these because they will already be moving towards holiday, kind of Thanksgiving themed and Christmas themed releases. So Oktoberfest is in, pumpkin is in July already.
Well, I noticed you started doing some other stuff over here. What you got?
Yeah, this is sakis. Sakis are becoming a little bit more popular in Charleston, so we started bringing some of the best ones available in this market. And then outside of that, there is a lot of foreign beers that are even basically European imports that we've started to focus on. Over here, we kind of do some cold, especially those that are unfiltered sakis. We keep them cold. And then here's kind of like a huge single selection of pretty much everything that you saw over there in terms of imports, so people can kind of, again, we're an unwinding stop for people. 5 o'clock rolls around, you're getting off of work, you want a cold one, but maybe you don't want to just choose between a Coors Banquet or a Two Hearted. Maybe you want something that's like a classic clean Pilsner from Germany, so we kind of have that. And then this is where we break open a ton of our 4-packs and kind of retail them as singles, so that you're not too committed to a full pack if you don't like it. This is kind of a test. Like, hey, let me just test this. And the same way with hemp. Like, every hemp beverage that we sell is also available cold, ready to go as a single. So, you can kind of come in here, grab some singles, experiment, see what your palate says, and then just come back and report back is what I ask. Like, let me know what you thought about things.
Yeah,
and that kind of helps us filter things out.
I love that.
Yeah.
Breaking up a 4-pack is one of my favorite things to do. What else you got down here?
Yeah, so this is kind of our novelty cider section, our mead selection, and then some gluten-free beers that some people have restrictions on. So the ciders, gluten-free, mead, kind of sits over here, and then maybe 2-3 years ago, seltzers started taking over and kind of has stayed since then in terms of just summer light beers, especially in a coastal city, humid city like Charleston. So that's a big mover for us. And so we have like your typical Topo Chicos, White Claws, to something like Sunboy, which is coconut spiked water, and then Untitled Art, which probably does some of the best seltzers in the nation. Running pretty low, but this is something that's directly influenced by Park Circle. Is that Park Circle, like just, I don't know, not even half a mile down, hosts one of the largest disc golf courses in South Carolina. And so we're waiting on a big shipment to show up very soon, but we have one of the largest selection of disc golfs in the Tri-County area. And then this is kind of what we did a little bit of a merch selection. Where the circle stops is kind of the tagline that we came up with. And the kind of idea behind that was, this is literally a stop for the Park Circle neighborhood as they get off of work, or their morning routines, or part of their daily routine. It's also where Park Circle literally as a geographic location stops. And it was a tie back into that quick stop kind of thing. So that was the thought process behind that. And here we have some pictures from, like I mentioned earlier, my father's always been involved in retail, and these are pictures from a store that he owned back in the 1970s up until like the early 1990s, where it was very much a store that also listened to people and catered to that. It was just a tad bit better than the rest of the neighborhood stores in the region. So, and then this is kind of like when Park Circle had its very first art walk, somebody was selling iconic places or businesses, and one of our regular customers, Matt, he's behind Airtight Artwork. Those amazing, if you don't know, definitely look up airtight artwork on Instagram. It's some of the most amazing creations. He gifted this to us. And then this was also gifted to us by Gabrielle, who's our marketing help. And it's kind of a transition between from Quick Stop to Jadoon's on that one.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then, this is kind of the newer section that we've started to focus on a little bit is the pantry aisle, where we have everything from like high quality direct imported Italian pasta to brown butter Alfredo to tandoori sauce that is imported directly from Pakistan, so you can make some great meals at home very conveniently. Sean is a brand that we personally use at home, so we kind of wanted to bring actual like experiences that we personally are familiar with to Park Circle. Here we have like direct UK imported proper Cadbury products, proper Mars like Kit Kat that's imported from Europe. So it's familiar brands maybe, but like the actual like OG versions of them that you can't as easily find here in Charleston. And then this is like we've got Haribo from Germany. Like this is an exclusive flavor for Germany, and like all this empty stuff that you see, we're about to bring in a bunch of Swedish candies. So those are about to show up. On that note of snacks, like tandoori roasted peanuts from India, really high quality potato chips from Bandy. You guys have to look these guys up. Super clean ingredients, taste restaurant quality. It's kind of freaky. And then more of kind of like the unique finds that are not as readily available. And then right behind you, Scott, is a baker that we partner up with. She just delivered these yesterday. Sourdough, Bright Light Bakery. She does an amazing job. So we get that delivered fresh every week. And then this is kind of our kind of fun area behind the counter, where we have our own pre-rolls of various strengths and strains, Jadoon's Market gummies, and like I said, we're working on another batch. And then everything here is just higher quality. Everything's lab tested. Everything is safe, with the exception of I'll be very candid. Road Trip mushroom gummies, incredibly popular, but I will say those are a little bit of the gray area product. And this is our rice that I nerded out with Tony with. This is if you are a fan of basmati rice, then you definitely need to try these. If anything you're cooking that's inspired from the subcontinent, or is anything saucy, basmati already goes really well with it. And I would say, like, if you can cook it however you want and however you do rice, it responds well. But like if you follow the instructions that we personally put on there, is how we cook it at home, what we grew up with. And we also put like best if you use a 1-to-6 ratio and drain it at the end with water and rice. It's a little different than your typical process, but if you follow that, it will result in a very, very long grain of really just higher quality rice. You'll immediately feel it. So a few things that I'm really happy to report is, like, there are a few staples in here that I think once you kind of have them and you get spoiled by them, you almost can't really go back. One of those is the basmati rice. The other thing is Story Farm eggs, farm fresh out of John's Island. You crack those open next to any other egg that you find at pretty much any supermarket, and unless you have a friend with the chickens or you have chickens yourself, nothing beats this. And you can crack those open to no matter whatever you have in your fridge, and you can see the difference right then and there. They just taste better, they look better, they are better, and it supports the local economy. Same with milk. If you're a whole milk person, you can't really beat the very low homogenized Low Country Creamery milk from Bowen. And then just some, high quality cheeses, or organic milks, Kerrygold butter. We're out of our ranch, but we carry ranch from Ginian Ranch Co., also another local business, really small batch ranches. She does an excellent job. So like, your eggs, your butter, your rice, your ranch, your milk, we're kind of trying to make it where you have just that little bit of a better option than your other places. This is another one where it's like the convenient for families, take and bake lasagnas, take and bake pastas, raviolis, sauces. We just brought in their pizza dough. We had a lot of people coming in that I saw that were kind of making their own pizzas at home, and they wanted like pizza sauce and stuff like that. So I was like, why not try to find a local option for like a New York style pizza? So I personally haven't had it. It just came in yesterday, but I knowing anything that they do, it's gonna be great. Same concept as like if you there's a YouTube video out there for Table 87 Pizzas where like some chefs kind of sit down with all sorts of frozen pizzas and figure out which one's the best. This one ranked amongst the best frozen pizzas available. And again, it ties back into our concept of just a little bit better than your typical options. So Masa, Table 87, Hopcraft, these are some frozen meals that we carry that are just a little bit better than everything else that's out there. Also shout out to this naan. We personally use this naan at home. It is great. And speaking of like products from that region, we have these right here that are frozen entrees. So of inspired or from Pakistan or India, and the mindset we had behind this was like, you can go to a grocery store, let's say Trader Joe's, and get a butter chicken or something like that. But like if you actually went to like Houston or New York City, and you went and walked into an ethnic grocer that focused on Indian Pakistani goods, these are the actual brands that you would see over there that are more authentic tasting. So we kind of had that mindset while doing this. And then again, Story Farm, we partner up with them for our meats, and really excellent options. Their chicken breast is amazing. Their chicken legs are great. And then one thing I do want to also say is, even though it is a frozen product, but these beef patties, throw those on the grill. Those are from a farm called Lintz. It's not local, but if you've heard of Marbled and Finn, it's a high-end steakhouse here in Charleston, and all their meats come from that same farm. So we have that as an option as well. And then Cheesecake Factory just started doing single slice cheesecake slices, so we've got those in. Second State is who we partner up with for their fresh roasted coffees alongside Profit Coffee. And then we have some more functional coffees from a very small business, Herman Tapestry, that we partner up with for like mushroom instant coffee. Momofuku does a great job on noodles, as Scott will attest to.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Kid's favorite.
Yeah. And then, we've got another local business that does Charleston-based hot sauces. These are all from hyper-local, all from Charleston, all from very small businesses. So that's kind of the overall tour of the place. It's kind of what we do here, and I'm excited that if we can get our bigger project going, we'll be able to support a lot more local businesses, a lot more small businesses, and kind of keep that mindset of just doing it a little bit better, and just giving people a little bit better options.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thanks again for your time, and appreciate it, and looking forward to your new growth.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Charleston Uncorked. The only way we are going to grow is if you tell your friends. So please like, subscribe, and share. We would be eternally grateful. Thank you again for listening to this episode of Charleston Uncorked. We hope you enjoyed.